Hello, everybody. It's Diane Marie, and welcome back to News from the Nest. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Today, I think I want to talk about the psychology of color. If you're new to my channel, I talk about all different kinds of things, but they're all kind of related. Art, number one, sobriety, mental illness, um, psychology, philosophy, all kinds of stuff. Um, you can even throw out some suggestions if you want in the comments. Anyway, today I want to talk about the psychology of color and the psychology of color in art and how that helps to express something. First of all, we're going to talk about what is art. Art is a conversation. When I create a piece of art, I'm having a conversation with you or with someone anywhere on the planet at any time through time. I could be speaking to someone 200 years from now that sees one of my paintings and grooves on it for whatever reason. So it's really interesting when you think about it that way. Music is the same way. I mean, people are still just as jazzed about Beethoven's work now as they were when he produced it. So it just, it never loses its strength and its power for what it is. Like, take for instance, this painting right here, which is what I call the here, there, and everywhere. And I was listening to a piece of really lively piano music, and I was describing that in this piece and all the different instruments and are the different shapes. It's just, oh, my phone is gonna crap out here. I gotta plug it in. So all the different shapes and all the different colors and patterns mean something in relation to the music and the way the music went. I don't know anything about music. It's really odd. Hang on here. Gotta plug myself in. There we go. I don't know anything about music. It's one of the things that I just, for some reason, I cannot learn. My therapist thinks or agrees with me because I suspected when I became sober and I started making all kinds of discoveries about myself, I started to suspect that I might be autistic. And so I went online and I found these online tests that you can take to see how likely it would be that you might be. And I've learned a lot. I researched a lot about it. Anyway, so that the part of the autism is that art is my deal. It always has been my deal. I have two things. I have art and language. Those are the only two things I'm good at, the only two things I want to do. And there are other things that are completely unrelated that I just cannot learn. For instance, when it comes to math, no, can't do it. The basic rudimentary math, adding and subtracting and that kind of thing, I can do that, but most of the time I'll go for the calculator because I'm just not, it's just not there, really. Algebra, I had hours and hours and hours of tutoring, couldn't pick it up. So my brain is geared to creativity and creative pursuits for me of all kinds. There's more that I have done, far more that I have done or tried than what I haven't done or tried. And language arts is the same thing. I just devour language and words. And I have a friend that's a teacher, and we exchange words and try and stump each other. It's really fun. So, anyway, getting back to the art and the psychology of color, I think I have noticed with myself, observing myself, and the way I feel and the colors that I choose to wear seem to have a really strong tie to whatever emotion I'm feeling on that particular day. Um, it's kind of uncanny, really. And if you look at my wardrobe, it's really kind of funny, actually. It looks like, I don't know, 10 women share my clothing racks because there are so many different, distinct styles that don't look like they belong together to the same person. I don't know, different. I always make a joke saying I have multiple personalities and they're all artists. And my closet is proof. So I go in and I usually I wake up in the morning, I have coffee or tea, and then I go in to get dressed, and I just kind of think about how I feel, and I just stand in front of my racks, and something will just leap out at me, like me, pick me, pick me. And then I pick that element, and then I start constructing a whole ensemble. It's an art process for me. It's creativity in dressing, I guess. I just put these weird things together in different ways, and especially if I'm going out. If I'm going out, I really push it to the limit. It's just, and it feels good. It's really good psychologically for me to put on really fun clothes and go out into the public because I'm alone so much. I am really alone almost all the time. My husband has his stuff that he does. I have my stuff that I do. And we just are both always busy, and we kind of, cross paths once in a while. And um, so I'm alone most of the time. So when I go out into public, I just kind of lose my mind and I start talking to people. And he's like, "Don't do that. Don't do that." I'm like, "Why? Why not?" So yeah, and when I go out into public in my ensembles, wherever I go, people gravitate towards me and they want to talk about what I'm wearing. They want to look at my rings. They love my rings. They always want to hear about all the rings. There are 18 of them, I think. So, and they all have stories, and they just love hearing about that. And I have fun hats, and I have a really cool collection of funky pants. I'm getting into dressing with dresses a little bit more feminine stuff. Um, when I became sober, I discovered that now what they call it is non binary. When I was a kid, I was called a tomboy, and I didn't really understand what that meant or anything. It was just that I just thought, well, yeah, I like to do stuff boys like to do. I like to play hockey, and I like to climb up on the roof of the school, and I like to, I was just doing stuff that boys did. And I had a gang of girls who we were all tomboys. There were 5 of us, and we were all tomboys, and everybody just kind of stayed away from us. And the girls didn't want anything to do with us, and most of the boys didn't either. They caught me one time and jumped me and tried to beat the crap out of me when I snuck up and I was kind of snooping around and trying to get a peek at their clubhouse. and they saw me out the window, and they came out and they pounced on me, and I was on the ground, and they were trying to beat the crap out of me, and I took a tooth out. I broke somebody's glasses. I broke a finger. I mean, I did a lot of damage, and none of them told anybody what happened. That's what I heard from other people that lived in those same families. They were like, no, they didn't tell our parents about that. So I never got in trouble for it, but why should I? I mean, they jumped me. So how did I get off on that? See, I go all over the place. I'm just nuts. My brain is like my brain's like a black lab. You know how black labs are? They have their own agenda, and if they're not on a leash, screw you. They're off doing whatever they want to do, and you can just run after them or wait until they come back, if they do. It's I took care of a couple of black labs, and I wouldn't want to have one. I just spent too much time chasing those suckers around. They never. No, give me a border collie any day. I had a great one. So, give me your comments about what you think about color and what different colors mean to you. I've noticed that as I've moved through life, my colors have come and gone. I've kind of like gravitated towards this color or that color or the other color. And when I was younger, I was like anti-pink, anti-pink, anti-pink. I hated pink. I just hated it. And I guess that was my tomboy side coming out. And I've always really hated gray. Always hated gray. I also never wore yellow. And now I wear all of those things. I wear pretty much everything. I also didn't wear a lot of green. And now I'm starting to wear green, but I won't wear Kelly green. That's where I draw the line. I just can't stand that color. I'm not a St. Patty's girl, I'm just not that kind of girl. I'm a Finn. We have St. Erhu's Day. Yeah. So anyway, leave me your comments about your clothing and how it makes you feel and what colors you like and what do you do with your colors. I wish people could send me pictures of what they do, but anyway, I'm on Facebook also, Diane Marie, artist. You can find me there, and then you can see the kind of art that I do, and you can tell me if any emotion comes your way as a result. And before I let you go, I'm going to give you an example of what I've been doing lately. And these are, I'm calling this emotionism. And what these are is they're abstracts that are, they describe an emotion or just a state of being. So what do you think about this one? Every time I do one of these, I'll put one of these up, and you can tell me in the comments what does that say to you. And I want to see how close you come. I'll let you know eventually. But that's your emotionism for today. So tune in next time, and if you really want to hear the story of my sobriety process and how I got here and what happened and how it started and how it ended and all the rest, I can tell you that. I was going to do that today, but I just I want to get cracking on some art, so I thought I'd just do this instead. So have a great day. I'll see you next time.